Hello there, fellow treasures. This is Doug coming to you again. I'm going to give you a little update on the further continuing saga of the shop. And I want to show you what I've been doing all day. Well, I've been doing a lot of stuff, but this is back here where these clothing racks was at. You see what I've been doing. And I've gotten more clothes that I've been piling over here because I'm trying to get them out of that room back there where I moved the listed clothes. All this rack here was all listed clothes, and I took all the listed clothes off and took them in yonder, took all them clothes that I had hung up in there in that little room and brought them in here and hung them up. And as you can see, this is where I transferred stuff from a rack, because I want to try and get as many of the rolling racks in here as I can, and the narrow racks, so that I don't have to, so they don't just take up so much space. And I've moved stuff around where you can see where I got all these coats piled up over here. Well, what I'm going to do, once I get everything kind of where I want it, then I'm going to go through, pull out all the summer stuff, put it out there in the garage. And that's kind of, you can see where I got these out here. I just put these out here. That one was one I had out there that I set out every day, and that thing got heavy toting it, full of clothes, and I was toting it. That one was in here, but it's narrow, so it, I want stuff to be, and it's similar to this one. This one's a little bit wider, but as you can see, that one is a rolling rack. And so I wanted something that rolls. So if I have to, I can kind of just bunch them all up together, and then in the morning when I come open up, I can roll them apart and that kind of thing. And then I've got this shelf up here, these old gun boxes. I'm going to get them down, and then I'll have somewhere I can put shoes up there, or something else. But I got to have some of this space back here because I got men's stuff, tools and stuff like that I want to have somewhere to put them. And I've got some fold up like card tables, or I may even get one of those tables out there once I get some shelves, fix me up some shelves out there, and I may have to just do it a little bit at a time to get it to be able to do it. But as you can see, this is a big difference, and it's been a lot of work. And over here I put all the hoodies. So I got all hoodies up there, and got them up and out of the way. And then as I go, like that rack right there, that's a little small rack, but I'm gonna I'll use it back here somewhere, but I may use it like to hang pocketbooks on or something like that, and take them clothes and put them out yonder. Because like I said, this is mixed. It's winter and summer in here. I'll get a nice selection of winter and put in here, and then put all the summer clothes out there, and then that way I got room on these racks. The same here. This is all coats, and a lot of this is winter stuff, and so I'll be able to go through and get a nice selection out of it. And I didn't set a whole lot out. I set some out just so people know I'm open, until we can get some kind of a sign that I can put out here that'll, say open or whatever. But as you can see, these are the rolling racks I had outside, and I've started taking some of the clothes off of them and putting them here. This is how I'm going to do it. This way I can still get to my toolbox. I can get around here to the list, the listed stuff over here. This rack is a rolling rack, so I can roll it out if I need to get to this stuff. But eventually I'm going to build a shelf down through here that's like 4 tiers high. That way I can stack up. If I can stack stuff up, then I can take these tables down, and maybe like in the summer, when it gets next spring, I can have like a sale, and put sale item stuff that ain't moving inside. Go ahead and just put it out here and have a fire sale, and just try to weed it out. Then once I get to that point, to where we got more room and all, then we can begin to start getting more stuff again. But I got to move some of this. And this is all, there's nice jeans and all here. And what I'll do is I'll do the same thing with that. I'll come in here and I'll, take the jeans and make a nice selection in there, have a rack for women's and I have a rack for men's. But as you can see, and these two racks here, I took that one out because it's just a headbanger or whatever. And then these, I'm gonna just hang them up in there, and then those, like I said, those bags and pocketbooks and stuff, this is all stuff that's got to go back in there. But I figure once I get, I can lean a lot of it over here for right now, and some of it maybe over here. That futon, I got to get that out of here too. If I can get that out of here and go through that stuff back there again and weed it down, then I'll be making headway. But there you can see, and then I've got to get these desks out of here. If I can get these desks cleared off and get them inside, then I can sell them. They're not that great, but they're pretty. The rest of it, it's got that little damage right there, but other than that, it's not bad. And then get this one cleared off. This is another desk, and it's a pretty nice desk. Get it cleared off and cleaned up and sell it. And that's mostly like office stuff. All them printers. You can't only give them things away. But then, and then once I get to there, then I got to come through here and go through all this again and weed it down. And if I can ever get these tables, get a shelf built over there and get some of this stuff transferred to it and get these tables out of the way. I got totes and boxes under those tables all the way from one end to the other that I ain't seen in years. And a lot of it's probably junk or something, and I can go through it and get it out. But stuff, you can see this. A lady brought this stuff over here today. She lives across the way over here, and she's always bringing box stuff over here and setting it off and giving it to me. And a lot of times it's good stuff, so and but I got it's a lot of work moving all these clothes around. But I'm kind of starting to get, and then I got all them around there that I got to go through. I've went through some of them, but I got to go through more of them and put them on hangers and put them out there. And of course I got my office cleaned up again some, and then now it's all piled up again. You can see I got my desk cleaned off some, and I got this shelf over here. I talked about doing that. And that's a place I can put all my cleaning stuff. And but then this chair, I found this chair, and this is like pre-Victorian. This might even be federal, because you can tell by these flathead screws that's old. That's probably 150, 200 years old. It's real old. And this, you don't see nothing like that anymore. See how they tightened it up with that wire right there? That's and then these are all listed pocketbooks. What I'm going to do is, of course, y'all seen this mess in here. I'm going to show it to you again. And this rack, I had to redo this pipe here. It almost brained me. I had to take I had them clothes on there, and it started coming down, and I had to take and get them all back off and put them back on there. Well, this is all listed clothes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these bags out of here and put them back there with them other ones so that I can start going through them and try and get them, in the totes. And if I have to, I can put the totes out yonder. I don't need to have them in here. I just need to label them so that whenever, particular season comes along, okay, this is t-shirts or this is sweatshirts or, sweaters or whatever. And then I can, hang these places in there where I can hang these pocketbooks, big hooks up on the ceiling in there. I can hang them up there and get them out of the way. and they're listed, so I won't have people bugging me about them. And then you tell them how much they got to pay for it, and oh well, I ain't paying that. I'll give you $5. I mean, for a $40 designer bag, Coach bag or something, no, or Vera Miles or whatever. Anyway, that's kind of where I'm at, and I still got to get these other racks in and get them clothes out there off them other racks transferred, and then I'll have these empty racks, those empty racks around there that I can, single rack I can put in here, and them single racks out there, and then I can transfer these coats over here back up onto them racks. And I got some shirts there to get them on there. But that's where I'm at, and that was kind of a major thing, doing all that, getting all them clothes out of here and separated into, like all them hoodies. They were on every one of them racks, had some on them, and every one of them had t-shirts. I mean, it was just all mixed. And so I separated them according to what they were. All the pants, all the hoodies, all the t-shirts, all the dress shirts, all the coats, all the, I just separated them and put them together, and then that way I can kind of weed through them and put the nicest ones in here and put the nicest price on them. And then the hoodies, just come, I need to go through them and pick out the really nice ones, and because some of them may actually be listed, and do that. And like I say, I mean, it looks like, that it ain't really going nowhere, but dealing with these clothes, that's been a major thing. But once I kind of get a handle on that, the rest of it will be easy. That's just been the hard part, is getting all of these clothes separated according to what they are. And then, because I've got that done now, the next step will be, like I said, to go through, get all the summer stuff out, put it out there, and then bring in winter stuff. And I'll have to do it, like on these 2-row racks. I'll do, like for shirts or whatever, I'll do women's winter blouses on one side and men's shirts, winter shirts on one side. And then I'll have a double row rack with men's jeans on one side or pants on one side, and men's pants on the other, women's pants on the other side or whatever. And, and then have the overstock out there. And that way I won't have to have all of it in here, and then go through all them bags and get all them separated out. And the one, if I've got rack space, then I'll put them on hangers and hang them, out there on the rack. And if not, they'll get folded up and put in a tote, and that'll be that. So that's where we're at. And and again, a lot of it is too getting stuff grouped. Like I said, with the pictures and stuff, you're grouping everything together, and then you can kind of go through. And like I say, with the pictures, I can take and put them out there, find a place that I can put them, and just bring some few in here at a time or whatever, and put them up for sale. And that'll get a lot of this out of here. And then, like, the other thing I'm going to do is, like with these, I guess they're laundry type baskets like this. I can take and, like where I've got baskets with socks in them, I can take and put all these socks in there, and then maybe set them on a table like that right there, and, $1 a pair or whatever for socks, and put them there, and kind of have stuff spread out around, sitting on tables, this little basket thing here. Do something like that. And like I said, I dug it. These were back here. They were back over here behind this table with lamps on it. And this, Becca used it down there, and they lost the piece. I don't know how they lost it right there in a bedroom. I mean, but this thing went up on that piece like that. They done something with it. It's down there somewhere, but I ain't never been able to find it, because this set up, because it's got a screw thing on it right there where it can screw on to the piece. but they done something with it, and I mean, they're the only ones I know that can lose something within 5 feet. And then this wine rack, you know, all this stuff I'll eventually get, you know, and I think that's like blankets or something. Well, I'll have a spot where I can put all them blankets, and because I had somebody bought a little lap quilt today, and that I had over here, just one I found stuff somewhere, and I laid it up there, and well, it sold. That kind of stuff sells pretty quick, and so I mean, just wanted to kind of give you an update, keep you updated on just how much I'm getting accomplished here, even though it don't sometimes look like it. I can tell you right now, from my arms and my feet, I've done a lot. And which I'm glad, you know, to get it done. But Becca, sometimes I don't think she realizes just how much work this is. I just don't think she has a concept of it. Because the problem is there's so much stuff, you just really don't have nowhere to put it. You got to move it over here and then move it back over here once you do what you're doing over here, and it's just a matter of back and forth, back and forth. If you had, like I said, if I had shelving racks out there, big shelving racks or something that I could stack stuff up on, then I'd have somewhere that I could put a lot of this stuff and then bring it in one basket or something at a time and go through it, you know, and then sort it out and put it where I need it at. But it's not like that. I mean, it's just, you see how much stuff's out here in this garage. I mean, you know, like I said, if I had like 2 or 3 8-foot high 4-tier shelves, 16 feet long, you know, like 3 of them across here, I could put all of this stuff on there and have plenty of room left over for new listed stuff. And then I could take all these tables and break them, you know, fold them down, and get you know, more room in here. And but it is what it is for right now. I mean, I have to get to a point where I can afford to do that, but until then, it's just going to be stacked on top of each other in here. So I guess I'll go ahead and sign off of here for today. And as usual, if you enjoy these videos, leave us a comment, subscribe, hit the notification button, and give us a thumbs up. And we'd appreciate it. And with that, I'm going to close off. See you next time.